Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Website Investing Show. I was not expecting the alarm clock sound at the end of that funky beat. Ah, that almost blew out my ears. I was just sitting there vibing away, and then suddenly, but hi, welcome to the Website Investing Show, brought to you by Make Lemonade. I am your host, Chris McColgan, the marketing manager for Make Lemonade. I'm kind of in that mindset where I have to continually say Make Lemonade, so I don't say niche website builders because that's going to take a bit of time to mentally get right. But hi, everybody. It's good to see you all. I see the chat's already going wild. Good times. So, yeah, you may have noticed I'm on my own today. Yeah, the perfect storm has hit between sicknesses, assassination attempts, and client calls, which has meant that I've been left all by myself. Like, normally, this is the part of the show where I have a bit of banter with my other co hosts and we say, how's the family? What's going on? Anything cool happening to you this week? So I guess I have to talk to you all. How's your week going? Are you having a good one? It's Thursday. Are you getting that Thursday, not quite Friday feeling? How are you feeling? How are you doing? Let me know. And if you happen to be watching this in the future, by all means, leave some comments down below to let me know how you're doing. I'm in the marketing department. I see all the comments coming through the YouTube channel. So, yeah, say hello. But yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see who we all have. We have Luke, of course. He is my minion, and I tell him to be here. Nidvida. Hi, Nidvida. Nid. Yeah. Hello. The dividend experiment. I call the divided experiment totally wrong. The dividend experiment. That's a cool name. Hi, Lois. Hi, Birdie. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Kev. Oh, everyone's here today. It's going great. So many people just to look at me. Yeah. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of bad news. Because I'm on my own, we're not going to be having any age domain teardowns at the end of the show, which means this show is going to be a bit shorter. So if you just happen to miss it, and it's probably because it was shorter, but later on, but does mean an interesting issue because obviously you're all going to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But with such little time, getting 35 likes for a giveaway is going to be a bit of a challenge today. I have faith in you. Don't get me wrong, but normally it takes us the full hour to get there. So today, if you're going to hit that like button, you're going to have to hit it quick. Otherwise, yeah, well, no merch. We had our first Make Lemonade merch winners last week, and it's like, ooh, hello. And I know everyone's kind of looking at that tote bag. The tote bag alone does numbers. Oh, tell me that much. But yeah, hit that like button. Look, if you could let me know if we get close to the number, and then I can, of course, try and coax more somehow by begging on stream. That's probably how I'm going to have to do it. But otherwise, today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about Reddit. And if you're a long-term viewer of the show, you're probably wondering that's a topic. Why? A little bit of background for you, those who don't know me. You may have seen my CV in the last time I had to present. I work for Make Lemonade, obviously. I also have my own, already at 15. Well done, people. Oh, well done. Yeah. That threw me there. So, yeah, why were you talking about Reddit and sort of the background here? I work for Make Lemonade. Obviously, we help niche content site owners and then site investors and brands. I also do the same thing. I have my own site project that I'm working on. I technically have two. One is a niche content site. One is something completely different, just because I have ideas. So what we're going to be talking about is Reddit, and one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it is because I use it myself. I am a niche site content owner. I use Reddit, but I don't see an awful lot of people talking about it. So I thought, you know what? There's a topic there. Maybe I could share some information, some of the tricks that I do, and that is why I've called this. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Yeah, I got all the buttons. Reddit and niche site owners, a trickster's guide, because I like little tricks. When I'm building sites, the reality is, and I'm sure many people out there, budgets can be a thing, times can be a thing. People are always looking for, I'm not going to say shortcuts, but little tricks that can make life just that little bit easier. And I personally do feel that Reddit is one of those tools. I've just got notifications going on next to me. Sorry about that. Something just started pinging in my ear. Just needed to shut that off. There we go. So yes, The tricks, little tricks. These are not going to be massively comprehensive. It's not going to be stuff that you're going to need to spend hours doing. I'm going to walk you through Reddit. We're going to learn a bit about it. I'm going to talk you through some of the benefits and the perks. And I think it could be helpful to niche site content owners. Hopefully, you'll find the same. So let's crack on in. First and foremost, what is Reddit? Let's talk about it. It is one of those social media accounts, platforms that doesn't really get mentioned along with the big ones like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. Those lot get a lot of attention. TikTok as well. Reddit is there. It's a social media platform, but it doesn't get the same level of love or just attention that everybody else does. But the dictionary definition is Reddit is a social sharing website built around users submitting text, images, and videos, which others can vote on. Popular content rises to the top, while content that is downvoted, sent down, e.g., less popular, becomes less noticeable. It is the social media platform built on meritocracy, or at least the idea of it. If you've ever used Reddit, you'll see little up arrows, down arrows. It would be like if Facebook had the dislike button. Like everyone's always asked, can we have a dislike button, please? But they've always said no. But Reddit actually does. It has the I like this, I don't like this, and that affects what gets viewed on the site or how popular and how prominent it is. Um, yeah, and why should you care? It's kind of the question I often get asked when it comes to pitching social media platforms. It's like, but is this really for me? This is just going to be some top line stats. TikTok gets a lot of attention, and people say it's going to be the Google killer. Like some people say that, a lot of Google people say that's not the case. The reality is that Reddit actually has a bigger audience than TikTok, and the flat numbers there is 57 million to 45 million against TikTok. So there's a big audience on Reddit. It has over 100,000 different active communities and probably a lot of dead ones that are now, we'll come into more about that later on. But it has what we call subreddits, which are all specific topical communities, and they have over 100k active one of those, and that equals 13 billion posts and comments every month for 21 billion screen views a month. So 21 times Reddit is being looked at. 21 billion times 21 times is a very low number. 21 billion times. So from the very off, you can sort of see why a niche site contender would maybe want to look at Reddit. There is a problem though. Reddit is probably one of the most intimidating social media networks there has ever been created. Here's an experience for you. Have you ever been invited to a party where you knew nobody? You didn't know any of the groups involved, any of like the social etiquette, like the little quirks of every little group has. Reddit's that social media platform because it has all these little different communities based around different topics. It can be very intimidating to just go and start using it. You're like, am I allowed to post this? Am I allowed to comment this? Should I maybe do this? They're using language I may not necessarily be familiar with. Oh, if you have social anxiety, Reddit tries to go to the bone with your social anxiety. But once you get past the initial shock and you kind of get into your groove, maybe have a few drinks and get that buzz going, Reddit can be really, really great. And we're going to talk about that today, ladies and gentlemen. That is the aim. So why should you use it other than the traffic? Let's be fair, the traffic's nice, but Twitter has a lot of traffic, and you may not necessarily like Twitter. Facebook has a lot of traffic, but it's kind of closed off. Here's why you should use Reddit. So I mentioned those little communities. They are called subreddits. They are all targeted very specifically. There is the likes of r/books, r/all, which is just pictures that make you go, oh. There is every sport team, various geography. You may find that your county, your town, your city has its own subreddit. There is different celebrities have it. Movies have generic ones or particular fandoms. If you're a big fan of, say, like Supernatural or Harry Potter or anything, Game of Thrones has many. All those kind of shows that have those big communities probably have a subreddit. I'm personally a fan of the pro wrestling one and the Formula One one. There is a lot of more motor racing ones. There is IndyCar, all that kind of jazz. You will probably find it on Reddit. If you ever want to go experiment, just go. Or if you're thinking about going into a niche, go look on Reddit to see if the community's there. And it just provides these really great pre-made audiences for it. So if you're thinking about going into Harry Potter content site, you want to write, you want to answer all the questions that anyone have about Harry Potter, go have a look and see how strong the Harry Potter subreddit is. The great thing about Reddit is because it not only tells you how many members are a part of that, it tells you how many are live in that very moment. So you can actually see if they're like they have 100,000 subscribers or members of their subreddit, but only like 1,000 live at any given time. You're thinking, well, it's not that active, but I could still probably get something from it. And you can get those very real insights into it. Is there a community? Twitter's different. Like if you ever tried to be on Twitter, and I recommend starting on Twitter if you're for your social media journey, it's kind of more just shouting into the void. It's kind of hard to have that community. Whereas Facebook, you kind of got to do all the legwork for building. You got to invite people in. They got to like it. You got to do a lot more of the work, and you can't really control anyone else's groups. It's yeah. LinkedIn, the groups there are just terrible. Let's be fair. Your groups used to be great. They've got progressively more awful. But subreddits, very strong, depending on how active they are. But you can generally find not only specific ones, but very broad topical ones that you can probably make use of, either for the stuff we're going to talk about, content, views, particularly views. Because Reddit, I find, you may disagree and you may have had different experiences, but I find that Reddit is a really great way to diversify your traffic. Obviously, we design our content sites around organic. We want Google and search engines to really like them. But if you're trying to build a business off your content site, or you're trying to up the value of your portfolio, relying entirely on Google is just, it's not great. You're kind of at the whims of the giant. It's nice to have extra content coming through. Reddit content doesn't go away. It may go deeper and deeper into the archive, but it can still be found. If you ever want to try another little experiment, I'm going to give you tons of homework here, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever ask a question of next time you're asking one, Harry Potter one, a video game, sports, type your question into Google and then add Reddit at the end of it. And you will see how many questions or how many times a Reddit thread has been created around that question. It can be quite an interesting experience. You can get answers, you can get content off that, but you can see how much it's generating content, and with that content comes views, and with that views comes traffic, and with that traffic comes diversity to your site, and with that diversity comes a stronger either advertising portfolio. If you've got some signups, more signups, it generally does offer a different way to diversify that doesn't rely entirely on the whims of Google. All that content, all those questions, all that photos, videos, it's an absolute treasure trove for content. If you're looking for a quote, if you're looking for something else, maybe you're not entirely familiar with your own niche, maybe there's good money in it, there's a good audience for it, but you're not as familiar. Reddit has the questions I mentioned previously. People will be talking about it, comments you can refer to. You can take the link of a Reddit thread and post that in, or you can take a link to a comment in particular and reference that. It has that really great. Oh, hi, Connor. And thank you, Hannah, for your. I glanced down there. I keep remembering I need to look at chat. And thank you for all the lovely comments already coming through. But yes, there is so much content that you can find on Reddit threads. It seriously can be very deep. The particular niche that I have my content site in, there are 3 different subreddits that I can kind of browse around. One is kind of the chunky one, and the other 2 are more smaller, less active. But you get things like reviews from other people, questions about products. I have to word this in a way that doesn't give away my niche, which I didn't think about before I started saying this. There's videos you can find, people pushing things, people asking questions. The questions people ask, Ori 21, well done. The questions people asked, if you're looking for ideas, what subheadings am I going to include in this FAQ? Reddit threads are fantastic. You will see so many questions, and it just is like, there's my keyword there. That can help your keyword research. It can point you in the right directions, particularly if it's not a niche you're particularly knowledgeable in, or if it's one you're like, I know what I kind of need to be asking, but what's the questions that are being asked by the community? How are they wording this themselves? Um, and a suggestion actually when I spoke to our very own Adam Smith about this, big up the big man, um, he has a technique where he asks his Facebook group when he's doing product reviews if they can send him pictures of them using the product or their own thoughts on the product. Likewise with Reddit, if you have an active community, you can utilize them too. You know, they are a resource. Depending on the subreddit, there is a bit of like common sense approach. I'll preface this. Sometimes Reddit people can be mean. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you will get, you know, the worst of the worst, just people who would just be very angry just for the sake of being angry, depending on the community. And you can see what they're like by looking at the content they're sharing and the comments they post. Some communities may be more keen to give you their opinions or their photos than others. It kind of depends on what niche you're in, what the community state is like. There's that kind of, you'll learn the community as you get involved in it, and you kind of go, you know what, I'd really love some photos, but I know if I ask, I'm going to get flamed to absolute oblivion, and it's just not worth the hassle. So a bit of common sense there, but it can be good use for this. Now, the crucial element, something I do want to talk about, and something I love for Reddit that works so well with niche content site owners, you can take over subreddits. You can take over parts of Reddit. You know, imagine owning just a chunk of Twitter where you get to decide what content could go live. You get to remove any content you don't like. You can do that on Reddit. That is legitimately a thing. Yes. See, I even put the question there. Yes, you can. So all of these different subreddits, there is a rule set in place by Reddit. Because there's so many, Reddit does not have the resources to moderate these groups. These are all user created and user moderated, except from like the main lines like news, videos, movies, sports. Those really broad, generic stuff. They're kind of Reddits. But everything else, that's user generated and it's user moderated. If a subreddit doesn't have any moderators, or if those moderators haven't been around for about 90 days, you can take over that subreddit. You can have it. It can belong to you. All you have to do is go to that link there. I'm hoping that this is the same way for you that is for me. Reddit r/Reddit request. You find a subreddit that has these things. Maybe it's in your niche. Maybe you're just having a browser on Reddit because you love the stream so much. And you say, you know what? I really would like, I could maybe take over this. I can own this. It can be part of my niche. It can be an asset of my business. You just got to go there and ask. It can't be that easy. You're thinking it's a massive social media. It can't be that easy, surely. And firstly, don't call me Shirley. Little joke. But yes, so far it is. It really is that straightforward. So far on Reddit, personally, I control this. A funny video subreddit with just about 5k users, which I took over simply to promote one of my friend's videos because he made a funny video and he wanted to push it. So I took over a subreddit, and I just for that, and now I own it, and I can do whatever I want. I can stop whatever videos I want. I can pretty much I can subjectively control it. If I look at a funny video and go, "That was terrible," I can just remove it from that subreddit. It's gone. I have I can get rid of TikToks if I want it to be only YouTube's. I don't want Instagram Reels or TikToks. I just want nice YouTube. I can ban those. I can allow them. I can do whatever I fancy. I also control a Nottingham Forest football club subreddit, which I took over simply to make a point during a football manager campaign I was playing with some friends, because I could. Simply because I could. They didn't. It was there. It had no moderators. I said I want it. Reddit gave it to me. I also took on an F1 fan subreddit because I'm an F1 fan. This is one of the first ones I ever took over because I was like, no way I can take this over, and I could. And I can control whatever content goes there. I can say I don't want your troll Lewis Hamilton threads. Nope, don't want that. I want this. I want that. I'll ban these news sites because I know they're crap. I can have that power. The final one, funnily enough, I took over was a website investing subreddit for work, just because I was like, there's no way I can get this one. And I did. I control it. I can allow make lemonade content. I can disallow make lemonade content. I don't know why I would do that as our marketing manager, but I could, like, to really have that ethical boundary between personal life Chris and business Chris. I can say nope, no work content can go there, but it's mine. There's an issue, and you're probably, if you've been paying attention, you've been thinking about it. You're thinking, well, Chris, yeah, I could probably take over a subreddit, but you mentioned there's over 100,000 just active ones. How can I find these? See, I knew you were going to ask. Funnily enough, there is a subreddit for finding available subreddits. It is called r/available subs. Every day they put out a post saying, here are a bunch of subreddits we have found where we believe the moderators are inactive or there are no moderators. You will find some bizarre ones. You can't really see it on my example. Let me just try to zoom this in a little bit. A little bit, yes. You may have to like squint a little bit to see this one. But for the example, Soviet propaganda, that subreddit is currently has 303 subscribers and has no moderator. You could take over the Soviet propaganda subreddit right now. Might be interesting if you're running a history niche site. Maybe you're a big fan of Soviet. I don't Soviet. There's a lot of different ways you could use this niche, but oh no, my head says yes, it is in. Oh no, I will go back to there. That was temporary. Thanks, Luke. But yes, you could take over the Soviet propaganda one if it's like niche applicable. So you can look at that, see what's available. You may see one and go, it's got a big audience. It'd be nice, and maybe it's kind of close. One of the other ones there was brown eyes. I don't know if you had, say, a glasses subreddit. You could have pictures of people with brown eyes and glasses linking back to your site. There's different ways to approach it. You got to be a little bit creative. It is a marketing exercise at the end of the day, but there is that possibility. There is those options. There are a lot of subreddits. A lot of them are dead, and that means just because they're dead doesn't mean they necessarily have no subscribers. It just means no one's currently doing anything with them, and you could be that. Some subreddits, when they go inactive, get locked down. So once you take it over, the gate comes off, and you can do whatever you want with it. But yeah, I've ran through a list of things. I've gone through some benefits, and I've done all that. But how can Reddit really benefit your site? Like, let's talk the brass tacks. The traffic from the interested audience is, from a marketing perspective, as a marketing manager, this is the professional opinion time. The traffic you can get from an interested audience will surprise you consistently if you get good at understanding the read of a subreddit, saying, look, I can post maybe once a day, I can post maybe once every 3 days, but I know I'm going to get X number of links or X number of views every time I post. That's good. That means you can predictably say, well, hang on a minute. I know when I've got new content going live, I want that content to have that impact either initially, or maybe you want to go back to your older content that maybe you're linking back to. You want to get that traffic. You want to get people going to your site to hit your pixels, to sign up to your forums, to maybe click on the internal linking, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Being able to direct traffic from an interested audience is pretty big. There is also the personalization factor to play. Google does a degree of personalization. A lot of social media accounts do a lot of personalization, customization of your feeds. Even Reddit to a certain extent, but less so. When you go to a site, if you've set up your site with pixels, tracking pixels, cookies, and that kind of stuff, if you can get interested people going to your site, you can then start to follow them. If you're planning to do Facebook advertising and you've got the Facebook pixel, suddenly you have a pre-built audience to get more bang from your advertising buck. When they start searching for things, if they've got those Google cookies and that kind of such, maybe they'll start to show up more often there. Google, you've been here before. This is what you're looking for. They start to read. It just starts to build that audience. Plus, with an engaged audience, they're more likely to do things than an organic visitor, I find personally, because they care enough that they've gone out and found this community, they've joined this community, they may be a contributor to this community, or they might be a lurker, but they care. And that's a signal that's harder to get across other social media, except for maybe Facebook groups where they've joined already. These are groups that maybe you don't necessarily have, you maybe don't control it, or you're just posting it, or maybe you do control it and you have that audience. Being able to utilize that audience can be a big benefit. There is a secondary. Now, most of this is free. Reddit is free to use. You can go sign up for an account today, free. You can post for free. There is no payment option there. You can get rid of ads if you want to get rid of them. Everyone has a premium service these days. But like Facebook advertising targeting, you can target specific subreddits. So, say, for example, you have maybe a bit of a risky niche, say like in investing, like stocks, or you're in real estate. Maybe you have maybe website investing as part of your portfolio. You can target the likes of Wall Street Bets, which you may have heard the news about being a very retail investor based community. You can target r/real estate with adverts. If you have a bit of money to put behind adverts and you want to be seen constantly, but not necessarily have content, or just want to push the general site, or like an offer or a service, if you have that, if your site is at that stage, you can target very specifically. You can say, I only want to run adverts on this subreddit. There is a Reddit pixel as well. I would recommend, if you are looking to do a bit more of a marketing push, that you look to get the Reddit pixel installed as well as the Facebook pixel. So then your advertising is a bit more better, a bit more targeted. I say better, a bit more targeted, a bit more optimized, and a bit more, yeah, you're hitting the right people. It's like, these people already know me, I want to go back to them. We talked about it previously. There is the option to source the original content as well, original content, which is like gold dust, particularly in the age of ChatGPT. And it's not. I'm not going to go on an anti-AI rant or anything like that. We know that ChatGPT pulls content from other articles. Reddit is user generated. It is all people there are talking. There are bot accounts, yes, but they're not that given that kind of salient opinion in the middle of the supernatural fandom. You can get real original text that you can link back to, or content that you can generate through this, which in the age of ChatGPT is going to be, I think there's going to be a premium on that original stuff. Some people, I think, are relying too much on ChatGPT and thinking, well, this will work. It's like, you got to get that original angle, and one of the ways to add that original element to your content, even if the basis is ChatGPT, is to have source those Reddit nuggets. There is a front page of Reddit. It's actually called the front page, which is seen as one of, like, it's the holy grail. You got to have some serious popular, like a lot of upvotes going on. If you have a very highly upvoted piece of content, you'll be on the front page, r/popular, that kind of stuff. What is popular on the site today? If you get there, the audience is massive. We talked about the 21 billion views a month. Get on the front page, even for a day, your traffic will spike. I guarantee you. If they don't stick around, you will enjoy a good day there. There is also a bit of a slightly snarky. I don't mean it to be snarky, but it kind of is. Your competition probably isn't doing it yet. The reality is, I post on stuff. I know who my competitors are in my niche, and I'm going to the go-karting. Oh, I said it. Oh no. Oh no. I said it. Oh no. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I was getting too into my spiel, and I said my niche. Oh. So yes, there we go. That's secret's out. In my go-karting niche. Sorry, that got me. Oh, oh no. So yes, my competition aren't on Reddit. I know this. I know who my competition are. I did my research before I started the site. Oh, that's a moment that's going to haunt me for weeks. I know they're not there. They're not there. It's okay. Thanks, Dividend Experiment. You got my back. I like before I started, I did look up my competition. I saw what they're doing. Because I'm a marketing professional, I looked at their marketing. They're not on Reddit. They're not doing it, which means that entire group, when I post, new content, they get it first. I get to be there. I get to be there. I know different because I use Reddit. I look for other groups that I can share it. They ain't there. um, thanks, Lois. Good. But yeah, my competition is there. It's very likely because a lot of people, niche site content owners, may not have the time to do a lot of marketing. They aren't looking at Reddit. Reddit is free. It is not a big thing to post to Reddit. If you can post it, if you have a good headline and a link, that's all you need. Maybe have a nice featured image as well, because they do occasionally pull in the thumbnails, depending on how people are viewing it. Nice thumbnail, title, link. That's all you need for Reddit. It's a free account. Some subreddits won't let you go in until you've been around for 30 days or you've posted a little bit on the site, not necessarily in that community, but in general, just start to get what they call karma points, which is you got upvoted for something. But you'll know this community by community. Not everyone has it. Most do as like an anti-bot protection. But your competition probably isn't there. Like go onto the Reddit and look for mentions of their links, mentions of them, and you will find that they're probably not because they don't have the time or they're not thinking about it, or like a lot of people, they find Reddit kind of intimidating and they're kind of scared, and that throws them off and they don't really want to get that kind of stuff. There is a treasure trove of content, there's a treasure trove of traffic. I highly recommend, from a social media perspective, get used to Twitter, then go on to Reddit. It will, you will find it much easier once you start get going. You don't even have to start posting straight away. Just go and comment on things. Go to r/all, which just has pictures of like cute cats or lovely dogs or baby hippos. r/baby hippos is a subreddit. If you just want to go look at the baby hippo and go, oh my God, so cute, post that comment, get a bit of karma, get used to the site, just learn the interface a bit. I do recommend r/baby hippos. I can't stress that enough. r/baby hippos is great. But yes, I highly recommend Reddit. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of my little presentation because I timed this for about half an hour, and I'm glad I got there. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to know? If you happen to be showing up in the future, by the way, and you do have a question, do drop the comments down below. Myself, or I'll either see them, or my colleague Luke will point them out to me and I can comment back to you. I'll even use my Make Lemonade account, so you'll see my name rather than that. But yeah, you'll know it's me. If any questions, any thoughts, any feelings, any concerns, anything, talk to me, people. Talk to me. We've already covered up one secret of mine today. Let me uncover some answers for you instead. I'll actually get rid of that. So you can see me, only me. It's great. So yes, any questions? And look, where are we at with the likes, out of curiosity? It's been a bit. I just thought I'd ask the question. Where are we? What tips would you your tips be for somebody making a subreddit? Okay, don't overthink it. There's a lot of subreddit that you can go and find some subreddits that have done a lot of work. They've done a lot of design work, CSS work. They've got great custom images. There's the Reddit logo is this little alien fellow that's called a snoo, and people have custom snoos. Like the Formula One subreddit has a snoo with has a racing helmet. You will have Wall Street Bets has a snoo with a top hat. Which links on Reddit are do follow? Get to that in a second. But yes, don't overthink how it doesn't have to be fancy. If it's a brand new from scratch subreddit, if you've found there's nobody in your niche, or you just want to start one yourself, don't overthink it. Start posting content. Look for a variety of content. If you're trying to attract people, you're going to want to make sure that it's not just your link, your link, your link, your link, your link, your link, your link. It also means your own Reddit account will look kind of suspicious. Be human with it. Keep that human element in mind. I have the same tip for any social media, really. Be human. Remember that they are users at the end of the day. And just start posting and hope, really. And then you'll see if you're engaging a subreddit, it's kind of go with the flow of the community. It's just like showing up to a party and you don't know anyone. Get to know people. Just chat, see, have conversations, throw stuff out, comment, reply to people, throw out thoughts, ask questions. Yeah, it's fine. Charles, which links are... I should probably press this button. I meant to do this. There we go. I keep forgetting I have that power because normally I'm used to just watching these. Like other social media accounts, Reddit links aren't do follow. I wouldn't get into Reddit for necessary link building, um, because like all social media platforms, they're generally not ranked. Like Google doesn't really take them into account. It's good for traffic generation. It's good for a community building, brand awareness. Those other less so. From a link building perspective, wouldn't necessarily go there for that. Just because it's a social media network and the links you're going to get are going to be generic scraper backlinks, which aren't really worth much to anybody. So I wouldn't go to Reddit for necessarily backlink building, but definitely content generation, research, traffic generation, brand awareness, less of those kind of things. And I wouldn't want to steer you wrong there. I wouldn't say go to any social media for building links, because it's just not the way to build links. You want something a bit more concrete. That's a great question. Any other questions, or how are we doing? I'm at 26 likes. 26. Oh, that's the button. No, that 28 links. Oh, so close yet so far. Apparently, nobody wants the tote bag, and I for one am devastated. Well, 28 people want the tote bag, but that's not enough. It's just not good enough, people. I had such high hopes for you. We got 28 and a half an hour, which is great. But 7 people. And I cannot talk for another 7 minutes. I could, but it would simply be nonsense. And then the bosses would be quite annoyed because I just wasted time to give away a tote bag or a t-shirt or a hat or a mug. We have such a great selection of merch. I really love the Make Lemonade merch. We have enough of a good feedback on the Make Lemonade merch. I should really order some of my own. Instead, I'm wearing Cat, which is not really a brand I'm associated to. That's just my victory sip. I've done well today, I feel. But yes, trying to think, is any other Reddit sort of, while I sort of milk this for time now, is there any other Reddit tips I would give? When you sign up for an account, Reddit will subscribe you automatically to a big group of like their generic mainstream stuff. Go through that, filter it all out, even get rid of all of them if you want to, and then go build an account based on your likes. Hang on, I need to show that one. Boop. Other people. Yes, he works for the marketing department, but yes, it's that this is the feedback we're getting. It is really good. It's good stuff. 30. We're up to 30. We're getting there. Oh, we'll have to do a giveaway. Five more needed. Oh, everyone's getting hyped now. But yeah, scrub your entire Reddit account once you sign up, and then sign up for the things you like, and just watch the kind of content you get through. And that is one of the best ways I feel that you could learn Reddit. If you don't want to just find a subreddit or your particular interest. If you have a niche site right now, or in the next 5 minutes, go to Reddit and in the search bar, type in your niche and look for communities, and you will see what kind of stuff you can get or who's in your area. Then start generic and then go more specific and see where the line is. Some stuff like books, you will find like the big ones like Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time, Harry Potter, I already mentioned. Those kind of big series will probably have their own communities. There is genres, so I'm pretty sure there is like romance novels. There's also a hilarious one of r/men writing women, which documents the really, really bad book takes of men writing women, or movies or TV or anywhere where men make an abysmal job of writing female characters. Let's wait till we get to 60. Oh, 60. Oh, someone's setting down the challenge right now. What is this? Someone's making life harder for people. Oh dear. Oh, imagine I said the 60. If I had the graphic, that would be so cruel. You got me to the 34, and I think we should maybe push on to 60. Oh, well, my time's done. Bye, everyone. I've been going for 45 minutes, technically. Well, 5 of that was spent in a void, listening to funky music and then an alarm clock. Yeah. Here's something to hype for you for the future, though. We have 2 intro musics now. We can mix it up. To my other hosts, if you're watching this, we have multiple intro musics now. It's great. We are living the dream. Finally, it's a new age for us. But But yeah, it has been 40 minutes. What was with I don't know. I was not expecting the alarm clock. We are running out of time though, folks. I'm milking this enough. Where are we at? Because I'm going to have to end this soon. I'm going to have to end it because I can't keep talking. Normally, I'd have a Lois coming in now to do other stuff and I could take a breather. But yes, already at, of course. We have many lovely website investing experts, and I would definitely advise everyone to 31. Well, I'll use a brief moment to do some selling. How about that? Don't know if you checked out the new website, and maybe look, you could throw a link to the new website, just the homepage, onto the chat there, just for anybody who happens to be watching this after the fact. Do check out the new site, ladies and gentlemen. It's brand new, big upgrade. Specifically, check out the age domain inventory, which is looking really good. Really love the improvements we've made to that. We have some fantastic age domains in there. Like, there are some really strong contenders that we're shocked we still have, frankly. We got them, we're not going to keep this one. And it's like, oh. Also, be sure to check out the fresh domain inventory. We don't often do a lot of promo around the fresh domains. If you're after a fresh domain, obviously doesn't have the history of an age domain, but we have created them with really brandable names in the description. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, let's press that button again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Helpful. But yeah, do check out the fresh domains as well. Really brandable. My favorite one, I think, is Coffeeporium. I came up with that one. I'm really, really proud of Coffeeporium. It's like, yeah. Yeah. In marketing, you have those moments where you have a creative moment and you're like, I earned my paycheck. Yeah. That's like, yeah. We're at 35. We're at 35 likes. We did it. We did it. I talked long enough to give you the chance for merch. This is glorious, which means I had to start a bit of a panic now. Ladies and gentlemen, grab everyone who has an account on YouTube, get them into this chat, and get ready to comment. Get ready, get ready, get ready. In a few seconds, I'm going to say start commenting. I'm going to give a lot of time. I'm going to extend this sentence longer than any sentence needed to be extended in human history, just so you have time to prepare to comment. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready to comment? God, my voice is sore at this stage. I was not ready to talk this long. I'm still doing this as a delaying tactic. But are you ready? Ready, ready, ready. Comment, everybody. Start commenting. Start commenting. If you don't comment, you can't be in the merch giveaway. Shout out other people in the work stuff if you want it as well. Get in on this. Shout, make noises, yell abuse at me. I don't care what the comment says as long as you're commenting. I'm going to take a victory sip again. Merch time. Let's go, go, go. Let's see if Luke remembers how to do this as well. I need to get up the wheel of... Oh, no. I need to do prep work. Oh, no. Oh, no. I need a wheel of names. Wheel of names. I need to get there. I had work I needed to do. I forgot entirely. So, look, if you can use our producer chat in live in that particular channel, I'm going to get the wheel of names ready to go. Okay, I must do so much prep work, which means even more time. Banana hammock. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the kind of stuff you want shouted out. We haven't hit 60. If we hit 60 in the next 5 minutes, I'll do more giveaways. I don't know. Somebody just yelling abuse at me. Good, good, good. Oh, dear. Right, I need to be in this as well. So, quick, few more comments. I'm not entering this time. Last week we had a host win it. I'm not going to enter, but everyone else can. So, I hit my phone and something went terribly wrong. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Oh, thank you. Yeah. He's just here for he's complimenting me, so I somehow balance the wheel of names, the mythical wheel of names that knows no love for anyone. Frankly, the wheel of names is a cruel and harsh mistress. Get rid of that. So, a few more times. Get your comments in now, ladies and gentlemen. Look, start harvesting those names. Start harvesting them for me because I can't see that screen. Harvest. Hit participants and copy paste. Yeah, Here we go. Here we go. The list is coming. If you're gonna miss out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm getting hyped. I don't have theme music. Ah, we used to have like when we used to do the one of our previous shows with Doug and Alex. We used to have music for the giveaways. It was oh, those were the days. But yes, the comments seem to have stopped, which means look, you need to grab me all those names, please, please, and thank you. I can't do it myself, unfortunately. I'm well, I could, but I wouldn't see them. Oh, here we go. I've got them. Yes, there we go. Okay, which means I need to now share my screen without breaking anything. Which one is it? Wheel of names. I will allow this. There, it worked. I need to get rid of my name on this thingy on my face. My face, no, my glorious face. So we have the wheel of names, ladies and gentlemen. We have the wheel of names. I need to go back to the chat. Are we ready? Yes. Let's have a moment of silence. I'm about to spin the wheel. Oh, spinny, 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 spin. Who will win? I don't know. I have not fixed this in any kind of way. We got to spin. We got to spin. It's looking like it's going to be Michael. It's very much going to be Michael. Almost dead center for Michael. It's Michael. Michael is the winner. Congratulations to Michael. It's all gone fantastically for him. Michael is the winner. I can stop sharing the screen. There we go. Sweet. We did it. By myself. I did a presentation and a giveaway. I feel impressed. I just didn't manage to mess up at one serious point. But other than that, we're done, ladies and gentlemen. We have got there. So congratulations to Michael. Thank you, everybody, for attending this silly little stream of mine to talk about a social media network. Thank you, everybody, for participating, for commenting, for being so lovely. And I shall see you all when I see you next, which will be whenever I am needed. Fare thee well, and goodbye.